What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So after the capitulation that we saw and the markets dropping absolute insane over the last 24 hours, which altcoins held up well? What constitutes to an amazing buy? Where is Bitcoin gonna stop finally sliding from and to? Smash a like, guys. We're going to talk about all our favorite coins. We're going to look at Canton, Kaspa. We're going to look at Sui. We're going to look at Solana. We're going to look at Tao. We're going to look at Toshi. We're going to look at Lofi. We're going to look at loads of opportunities, guys. Smash a like. Of course, as always, I'm bringing this video to you. Not feeling well? That should get a like and a share. Anyway, let's jump straight onto it. So first of all, I've taken up some new hobbies. And I promise one day I'm going to be able to publish my own signals within the group, because I've been balls deep into AI. You have no idea what I've managed to do with AI. Absolute insane stuff. So I'm working on an accurate buy signal. It is the bear market of bear markets, has been since 2025. Take up new hobbies, whether you like golf, whether you like going to the disco, or they call it the nightclub. I don't even know what this generation does anymore. But anyway, crazy stuff. So let me start off with an interesting discussion. There was a guy on the channel saying, oh, mate, I said, look, wait for Toshi to come to a respectable price below $100 million. And he gave me an abuse, right? As you do. A lot of these, a lot of the people that, you know, again, nothing against the brother, you know, big up to yourself, whoever you are, for giving me abuse and saying, why should I have to wait? Toshi is going to tens of billions of dollars. Well, today you have a generational buy opportunity and you shouldn't jump on it straight away. Cautious, exercise, patience. These are the kind of words you need in a bear market. But we are starting to see what constitutes to a price potentially that could dip to $50 million market cap. Right. So hold your money. These are going to be generational coins that make you generational money. But is the dip over? Not yet. Absolutely not yet. We look at Canton. The other day, I gave a sell signal from the bag of Canton that I had. And I said to the group, yo, lads, I'm switching my bag and I'm selling Canton. I think I put it here. I was on the 26. I'm taking 50% of my Canton off the table. Got a nice buy order, put the buy alert out on the channel. I'm in extreme profit there. Happy days, because the size of capital that I went within was quite decent. However, most of my other positions, especially the large ones, are bleeding. So where do we go from here, guys? That's the question, right? In the short term, we have put the brakes on at 75K. Of course, the daily RSI is oversold. We don't need to complicate things, but look at the distance between us and the 200-day moving average, or the weekly moving average. If we fall from here, that could present another, I'd probably say another 30% move for Bitcoin, right? But let's say if we get at least to this order block here of $64,000, $65,000, the 200-day weekly moving average is around $56,000. But the extension, or the bear flag extension that we saw, right? And if you don't know what this is, let me just let's just play it out, a quick one here. Like, so we fell down, right? See, we formed a flag and we kind of just went boom, boom. And of course, then Bitcoin made this move here. And then we said we were going to fall out of this flag that is called the bear flag. Now, what tends to happen, guys, is as you fall out of this, you kind of take this, and from the point of breakage, it'll take you towards the 200-day or 200-week moving average there. So that is where the confluences lie right now, okay? So if you're thinking, how do we get this measurement? Well, it's quite simple. We take the bear flag, we take the pole, and we just extend it down. Very, very simple mathematics. However, should you care whether we go 56,000 or 54,000, or whether we start holding some of these order blocks? In my opinion, it's all about what dry powder that you've got now, right? Most people are trapped in certain positions. Should be thinking about those as a generational kind of hold. If you want to hold, if you want to sell, you would have sold. We gave plenty of signals for that too, okay? So what do we look at here? Where do we go from here? So look at the big assets first. We talked about in Chainlink the other day, okay? So we said, look, Toshi now is at 86 million. Wait for it to be around $50 million. Look at Chainlink. Chainlink now is firmly back on the first month after 2022 FTX crash. January 2023 lows is where it's at right now. And you can see it right here. And you could see $9, $5 to $9 is where it was trading. $7 was low in the October crash. So what we see now is just ridiculous pricing. Near Protocol hasn't broke down from $1 yet. For Near Protocol to become deep value, you need to start buying this thing at around 60 to 80 cents. Will it go there? Well, it has broken this multi-year trend here. 1, 2, third time, of course, and now it's coming over to the $1 support, which is a very, very heavy level of support. It will break that. If it breaks that, spread your money down below $1. Okay. Another interesting one here is Bitenso Tao. Now I have a different chart for Tao USDT, and the Tao USDT chart I have on Mexi just gives you a very clear picture of what's going on right now, what's going on exactly in this phase. And that is a demand zone that we've now come into, but we've not equaled the August 24 low, which is around that $1.60 mark. Right now, 188, price is 188. Could we see some, 189 just. This is an area that I want this project to break down from before I deploy more money. Okay, will it do that? There is no guarantees, right? I already got like a generational bag, but there are 2 points of interest for me. One would be for this to break 160 and come to 125. I'll put a little bit there. And the second one would be break this order block, right, into this lower price discovery. Will it happen? I mean, this is going to be another massive range for us to be able to wait for and take advantage of if it happens. All right. So that's Bitenso Tao. It has moved. There will be like, again, all eyes would be on this level, break that. Then we look at this order block, which starts from 120, 116, all the way down to 95. And that would be a lot of people's main interest in this project. Avax is bear market 2023 price. Kaspa has broken a very important psychological multi-year level. Cas USDT right now, if it dips below 3 cents, it's going to go to this crazy bargain price. I'm still green on Cas, by the way. That bag is locked for my daughter. You see what's happening here for Cas, right? Let me tell you how important this price action here is, and then you'll get to understand what's going on the other side. So this is a multi-year support resistance level that is just dipping below right now, right? Support, resistance, support, and then it broke down from it. Resistance, and then, of course, massive support again, and again, and again. So this is where we are. So this is where we are right now. And you break below this level, which you have, then what you're doing is you're coming back down to this 2 cents to all the way 1.6 cents order block. That would be generational for me. I'm really, really excited about that. Just to give you an update on some of the other projects, you got Canton here, 8% in the last 24 hours. You have Toshi. Toshi's in a very good buy zone, but I wouldn't rush to it right now. Lofi just doesn't want to go below this $4,300 per million, right? Everybody's target is 1 million of these, but it's not really like capitulating. I wanted this to be sub $1 million by now, based on the fact that the last kind of 1 year, it's lost 95% of its value. But it doesn't seem to be budging quite a lot. So if you do get the opportunity, if this dips below $1 million in market cap, I think that is a good indication for Lofi. Historically, Sui is well away from its October low. It's not below $1. And I would expect Sui to break the dollar mark and come below this $1 mark. I think that would be quite generational. One that has already filled this October candle is Sei. Sei's October candle has been completed. And look what we were saying before, right? These are all joins that were there prior. Of course, 8 cents. Sei has now filled this. So overall, what's happening from here is going to depend on what you're looking at in terms of Bitcoin recovery. And I'm not even thinking about the gold rotation just yet. If it happens, it happens. But it's not mandatory that it happens straight away. So there's a lot of opportunities in the market. Aerodrome Finance also looking rather interesting. Virtuals Protocol is another one. So Aerodrome's going to come fill this. You see what I've done? You know, like, come on, man. You got to give me a like for this. This October candle, when everybody was saying we were going up, I was like, yo, hold on a second. This October candle is going to be filled, right? This is very, very important. And that is almost towards the low of this chart. So do we test 30 cents once again? And of course, the chart was all the way 32 cents for that single candle. And back in back in April, we broke below the 20, I think it was 27, 29, 25, something like that. We bottomed there. So I'd expect us, of course, we are almost about to fill this, and this will be another one below 30 cents, and maybe see if it goes to drop below 25 cents. That will be a generational buy because it's never been there recently. Okay. Monad 1.7, doesn't matter. Dragonfly Capital have sold their entire bag. Epic Chain 42 cents, right? You know, broke out of the downtrend, of course, and now they've come back into it. And their October wick is, I mean, this October wick is the most important thing for most of these projects to fill, to be fair. But it's already filled that, right? October 10th wick has been filled for this coin. So overall, plenty of discounts, plenty of fear. The Russell 2000 is again coming back into trend. And the total 3 minus USDT divided by BTC has not in the slightest bit been impacted yet. If this ends up taking their October wick candle, then we could actually see this coming into the bull market trigger zone for altcoins. So still a bit way to go, but I do believe at the very least, this ratio, bull markets do not happen without this level being tapped. Okay, so don't get too excited. But if you do get too excited, make sure you also have another hobby that takes your attention away from crypto while you bag these generational bags. And of course, many of you will come back and thank me when it's all said and done in the long term. But in the short term, this is really painful. Or is it an opportunity, depending on where you look at? I will not buy a lot of altcoins now, to be fair. I will just hang around and wait for these extra signals, unless you are about to DCA and you don't give a damn about what the market conditions are. Okay. Last but not least, Virtual Protocol. I know we were waiting for significant price movements on Virtual Protocol. And if we look at this on the daily, we're still well away from our October low candle. So plenty more action to come. That was around a dip to 24 cents, right? 24 was the low there. And you can see it's coming towards it. So we've got this absolutely spot on. Smash a like, guys. It's not all over until the fat lady sings. And of course, she's just started to sing the first part of the song. Could get worse. Alternatively, it could be a great buying opportunity. See the glass half full or half empty. Really depends on your approach to life. But for most of the people that I know, VCs, whales, good friends on the channel, everybody says they're looking forward to the long term. All right. Sui at 50 cents will be generational, and everything else is gonna, you know, Kaspa at 1 cent. That would be ridiculous again. People that complained the first time round would be able to get 100,000 Kaspa for $1,000. Or, you know, if it drops below 1 cent, you could get it for like $800, $900 and build a bag of million Cas. Really depends on how you see these things. But anyway, better days are ahead, guys. Smash a like to the video as always, and have a wonderful, wonderful Rest of your day. Take care.